Goedemiddag. Hello Tzaneen, good afternoon. Welcome. Doing the afternoon drive, the daily drive. Joe, proudly sponsored by the BB Motor Group in Tzaneen. And we thank them for helping us to stay on the road and be able to do this essential service of providing information to our communities. So this morning, town was a little bit busier than expected. We're going to have a look at the situation now, this afternoon. Hopefully, it will be, it would have calmed down. So in the meantime, as we approach town, I want to thank all of you for staying at home. I can see there's a lot of people that stay at home, and this is the reason why we have so many live views and also followers. Our following has increased now. Our reach, and get this right, our reach currently is 1.8 million people. So thank you very much for that too. Do me a favor, start a watch party. Get all your friends to come and watch these videos, share them. Head over to YouTube, like and subscribe to our channel, Far North Bulletin. Follow us on Instagram as well. We've got some amazing photographs there. Your world in images, I suppose. Hi Carol, Marius, like it. Our Instagram tag is @BulletinTZN. And Rulof and I are both award-winning journalists and award-winning photographers. And we have our best images up there every week. Go and have a look. If you've missed any of the videos, any of the live videos, scroll down this page, catch up on your week. In the meantime, start a watch party. Get your friends to come and watch this show with you. You guys could have a bit of a banter while you're at it. People enjoy the discussions as well. It's always good to have a nice interactive discussion with everybody in your community that you can't get to see every day, considering that we're all in isolation at the moment. Well, supposedly you wouldn't say that if you look at town. Not at all. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, and also like I was explaining to Mohammed this morning, it's really great to have disagreements. You're supposed to. And what makes this show really great is that we cater to everybody. Not only do you guys get to see beautiful sunsets in the afternoons. Remember, we're approaching winter, so the sun sets a bit earlier. And you have Joe out and about, driving around, showing you the state of your lockdown. While at the same time, you get to enjoy a variety of different vehicles that you get to drive in. So, you know, we're hitting a few birds with one stone there, so to speak. I think, look, we're driving past Sugarloaf now, and I think what I want to do is I want to drive through town and start up at Lifestyle Center. Lizelle, ek gaan môre weer Jetty 3 toe. Oh, kom my brei verskriklik deur, né? I'm going to Jetty 3 tomorrow. So, ja nee, ons brei graag. Aldo, wat sê jy? Hi Joan. Ironically, this set of traffic lights here stopped working for a while because the circuit board burnt out. And when I started complaining in the media about this traffic light intersection that wasn't working, the community was like, Joe, stop complaining, it's working better now without the traffic lights. And choose goodness, they were right. Yeah, they were 100% right. With the traffic lights not working, ironically, traffic was flowing better, people weren't crashing into each other, people weren't swearing at one another. So now that the traffic light's up and running again, now we've got the same problems. People are skipping the traffic light, people are causing accidents, pedestrians are in trouble. Japan Solutions, they're out and about. So there's a guy talking to himself. I'm sure he's supposed to be at Jetty 3. So yesterday when Nati came on, I publicly asked him, in front of all you guys, I asked him for answers. I still haven't got answers about the Jetty 3 temporary homeless shelter, where he is directly involved. And I asked him, why do we see so many of these homeless people on the streets during our drives? And I was expecting him to answer. Now, this is quite a significant problem that you will see. We live in the illusion of a democracy and a transparent government. Why then will you never find a politician willing to speak to me in public where all of you can hear what they say? It's always a case of, I'm not allowed to speak to you, speak to our spokesperson. What happens then is I contact the spokesperson and I wait a week or 2 weeks, because that's what they do. They're stalling tactics. So they stall the media in the hopes that it goes away. Well, unfortunately for them, I have been accused by many people in my life of being a dripping tap. So I don't go away. And then eventually we get answers, but then it's a long while after we've asked it. So that's how it works. If they had nothing to hide, why would they need spokespeople? And why would they need media liaisons? And this is why I respect politicians, well, like Vladimir Putin, and like Donald Trump, because they say what they have to say directly to the people. They have press conferences and they speak to people. Our politicians don't do that. Okay, so here we are at the Lifestyle Center in Tzaneen, and the place is well and truly packed. There's a lot of vehicles here, and there are a lot of people here too. Okay, so let's take a drive through here. I'll drive slowly so you guys can see what's happening. Bear in mind the shops are probably nearing closing time, so maybe there's people coming in, rushing in here to buy last minute goodies. I don't know, but it's okay. So the queue at Checkers is atrocious. If any of you at home had any preconceived notions of coming to Checkers quote unquote quickly, you should get that out of your head, because it's not going to be a quick stop. Food lovers seems busy too. Now, I don't know, do you guys think that because it's the 15th and a lot of the government guys got salary today, do you think that they are now doing panic buying, which they couldn't do when everyone else was doing panic buying? Do you think this is panic shopping version 2.0? Because this center has been extremely busy the whole day today. I mean, look at the amount of vehicles we've got here. Hello, Renal. Okay, so at least here the ladies are wearing their masks. I've seen the people walking around here. Some of them are wearing their masks. I know that... Oh, well, there we go. Those two ladies are sitting in the vehicles, and there's two of them in the car. The one is sitting in the back seat, and the other one's driving her. So they're doing the social distancing there, abiding by the rules. But then, you know what? It's like my dad always used to tell me that a lock is there to keep out the honest person. Right? So rules are there, and I guarantee you those of us who are good people, law-abiding citizens, will follow the rules. For the rest, we need, unfortunately, I know that it's a bit of a nuisance to them. We don't want to be a bother, but we need the police to enforce the rules, because not everybody is law-abiding. I see at the back, as we drive around the back of the Lifestyle Center, I do see that people are starting to go home. They're winding down. Marius, jy maak 'n baie goeie punt daar. For those of you who can't understand Afrikaans, and I am actually an Afrikaans boertjie. I was just raised in a fully bilingual home. Right, so here's a guy doing some car washing here. Let's go up this way. Yeah, so those of you who can't understand Afrikaans, what Marius was saying is that if judging by the vehicles, they're all being luxury vehicles, the majority of those shoppers are definitely people who received their money on the 15th, government officials, definitely. Driving up here towards Ivory Tusk and Mediclinic. I want to show you guys this sign there. I don't know if you can read that sign. It says that they've set up a screening station for COVID-19 where you can also get information. And these are fantastic measures that the private hospitals have actually put in place to prevent the hospital from being overrun by people who just want to make sure that they are not positive. Alright? And this is brilliant, because now if you are panicking and you do want to find out if you might be positive, if you have any symptoms, or if you just want more information, you don't need to go and clog up the already overburdened medical facility inside here, where they might be treating patients that come in with snake bites, guys that have had heart attacks, guys that have been in accidents. You can just come over here and they will test you. Okay, and I think this is brilliant. Well done, Mediclinic. This is absolutely amazing. So, folks, if you do feel the need and you would like to get more information, or you would like to be tested, or you do think that you have the same symptoms as the coronavirus, or if you do think that you've got coronavirus symptoms, then come over here. You'll see that there is a place there as you enter Mediclinic. There is a big sign that points you in the right direction. Right? Mediclinic itself, the parking lot seems rather busy. Some of the doctors on call here. I've just seen Dr. Ich van Rensburg. It's one of the guys that I would like to phone, either him or Dr. Gary Middleton. I would like to speak to them in the same manner that I did with Dr. Michelle King. Incidentally, if you guys are still waiting and wondering what the hell happened with the interview with Dr. Michelle King, we figured out the bugs, we figured out the problem with the technology that we had and with the uplinks. So that's been sorted, and that video should be available for you to see very shortly. In the meantime, today I also had conducted an interview with Dave Protter, and he showed us around his crisis center, and he also explained that since the lockdown he's had to deal with an increase in domestic violence cases. Gaan dit reg? Gaan goed? Ek wil jou bel. Sou jy môre bel? Lyk gee. Okay, so I've just quickly greeted Dr. van Rensburg. And I think that I need to actually tell you guys a secret. So let me just quickly get out here, and then I want to tell you guys a secret that many of you did never know. You are going to be astounded. Wat?
Yes, Papa.
Wat sê die bla?
Yeah,
I can't, as you see.
hey.
Let's
give you one.
Dankie, ne. Okay, So here's the secret, guys. So as you know, the Bulletin newspaper, we are 17 years old this year. I took over 5 years ago, and the Bulletin now is my newspaper. It belongs to me, right? But before that, I had a predecessor, and he was quite well known in Tzaneen as quite a bit of a character. Now, in the newspaper, in the Bulletin, previous years, there was two very significant characters. The one character was called Vlieg, and the other character was called Obal. Now, Vlieg, he used to be very controversial. So Vlieg used to write about all the Skinner stories in town, and people were very upset with him. So no one knew who Vlieg was. And he used to have these little riddles, and he was like this undercover agent, right? Vlieg. And the other guy, Obal. Now, Obal was a grumpy guy. The character of Obal was this grumpy old guy who knew a lot about rugby and was very critical of South African rugby players and the coaches. And every single week, Vlieg would have his column in the newspaper, and Obal would have his column in the paper. But nobody ever knew who they were. So, let me tell you, I'll give you two guesses as to who Vlieg was, but you guys will never ever guess who Obal was. So go for it. Let's see if there's any of you who actually knew the mystery behind Vlieg and Obal. I'll give you a clue. Vlieg is a very clever, very well-known, upstanding citizen in our community. And Obal, many of you would have known him for a very long time if you're from Tzaneen, because Obal in real life is also an old guy, an older guy, and there's a very good reason why these two guys, Vlieg and Obal, are very well known in this town. So, hello Tracy darling. So, let's see. Let's go. Carol, you're wrong. And another clue is both Vlieg and Obal, their command of the Afrikaans language was absolutely poetic. It's the stuff of legend. So come on, let's hear it. Who do you think was Vlieg? We're driving down Donnie Huber Street while you guys are trying to decipher and discover the identities of Vlieg and Obal. So this morning when we drove through here, Donnie Huber Street was completely packed. It was... There were many people here. There were pedestrians. There were so many vehicles here you couldn't find parking. The queues were going all the way down the walkway here to get to this ATM and to the butchery. And now it seems to have calmed down again. So that's a good sign. Okay, so I'm going to put it out there. I was not Vlieg. I'm too young to have been Vlieg. I'm 40 years old, and I am too young to have been Vlieg. Okay, so that's the last of the clues that I'm going to give you. So Donnieberg Street is calmed down again. Look how nice and clean it is, guys. Since the lockdown, the hawkers haven't been able to come here and mess up stuff. If there's anybody that watch these videos that either have or could point me to someone that has old photographs of this area of Tzaneen where before the hawkers moved in, it would be quite interesting if I could get a hold of those photographs and do a bit of a comparison. Okay, so the parking lot at Boxer is empty again. We're going to do our usual rounds. We'll drive down by, come on, go. We'll drive by the bottom of Tzaneen Mall, and then we will be accosted by all the drug dealers, the alcoholics, and the illicit smoke traders, illicit cigarette traders. And then we'll head on into the independent state. So you see how we start here already? Whistle, 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 scafe, scafe. So why is it that these guys are not being arrested or being taken to Jetty 3? Why do I not see any police? So this is the area beneath Tzaneen Mall. If you can look... no, Mark, it's not on Flacky. Lizelle Fransha was not Vlieg or Obal. Okay, so let's eliminate Joe and eliminate Francois Okamp as from the list of potential suspects. While we do that, can you look and spot a police vehicle? Suzette, the guy selling the dacha and the scafe and the cigarettes, it's a bunch of young guys, and they, by all accounts, seem to be living here in these little shacks, and they seem to be pissed out of their minds as well. So I don't think that they're doing this to look after their family, and even if they were, selling cigarettes is banned currently. So is alright, so look here to your left, guys. Can you see? To your left? These are these guys. He's got two packets of smokes there. Right, so can you see it's young guys? I'm not seeing any police here. Nothing. No police. No nothing. And you're gonna see this guy here now. That's on me scafe. No, it's alright, brother, thank you. I'm good. So I would think that when you have the president of your country calling a national lockdown, you wouldn't have these youngsters. Look here. These guys here are running around, packets full of smokes, pockets full of money. So if you had a national state of emergency, I would expect that the police would be enforcing that state of emergency. Is it not? Or is it just me? I have yet to see that. And where we're going now, we're heading into the independent state of Claude Wheatley, which is by the taxi rank. So where we're going now, I have yet to see any traffic officers, ever. I've never ever seen any traffic officers anywhere near this place. Nowhere. Okay, here we are. Sorry guys, I had people calling me. Oh, have you guys noticed that there's no rattle? Yeah, I fixed it. I found my insulation tape. Alright, I have to go over these speed bumps slowly today. I'm driving the new Nissan Micra and it's very, very low off the ground. I must tell you, it's a remarkable vehicle, by the way. None of you have most likely noticed the difference in the sound quality between any of the vehicles that I've been driving the last 2 weeks. And that just adds credence to what I was saying this morning. All the vehicles are eventually going to be the same, and it's astounding how much power these vehicles have. I believe that if you're going to buy one of these modern vehicles, you're going to need to go for advanced driving lessons. Seriously. Alright, so this is the undercover parking at the Tzaneen Mall. For the most part it's empty. This morning was not the case. It appears that the people have now done their essential shopping or their monthly groceries, whichever, because who cares? You see, the argument that the position that you're holding in this argument regarding selling to make a living, it's not a very strong position to hold there, because, and let me elaborate here, Suzette, because yes, you need to make a living, and that's fine. Everybody needs to make a living, but everybody needs to obey the law. If the only way that I find to make a living is by people paying me to murder other people, that's the way that I make a living, it doesn't mean I'm allowed to do that, and it certainly doesn't make it right. Okay? Which means you need to find another way to make a living. So when you have a lockdown, an international pandemic has forced your president to go onto the national TV and issue an emergency broadcast, not asking or debating, but telling you as a citizen that you will now be forced to remain inside your house for 21 days or however many days, and he says that you are not allowed to buy or sell cigarettes, and you are not allowed to buy or sell alcohol. That's a law. That law supersedes your idea of what you need to do to make money. Because if you break the rules of this law, you are risking the lives of your countrymen. Because the longer that you do what you perceive is necessary in order to make a living, despite it being against the law, you are contributing to the possibility that there will be an extension to this lockdown, and by default ruining small to medium businesses who are losing their income. I own a small business. The only reason why I can carry on doing what I'm doing is because I was fortunate enough to have BB Motor Group in Tzaneen come on board and sponsor me and my team. If I fail, there are 6 families that won't have an income. So I could have chosen being in the media. We get press releases ahead of time, so I knew that you would not be allowed to buy cigarettes. I could have chosen then to go and buy 100 cartons of smokes, and because I'm not making a living currently during the lockdown through advertising, through actually selling ads that go into the newspaper, I could have then chosen to sell these cigarettes at a profit in order to make a living. Here's the hole in the wall, guys. There doesn't seem to be anything happening at the hole in the wall today. Anyway, so Suzette, do you see my argument? My argument is that you can't say that it's the only way that they can make money, because you need to find a way that you can make money by not breaking the law. So it would have been easy for me to make a few thousand rand selling illicit cigarettes during this time than trying to run around and make these videos every day and keep everybody informed and entertained, because I honestly don't know what we are going to do if the lockdown is extended. So I didn't choose to do the illicit cigarette trade. It would have been very easy for me to do that. Number one, your clients won't ever split on you because they need the cigarettes, and if they split on you, they won't get the cigarettes. And number two, I could make my price because you can't buy it anywhere else. But it is illegal, so I didn't do it. It's the same with those guys. The law is the law. In our country, everyone is equal under the law. Allegedly, apparently, in fact. I have heard stories today that there are police officers in civilian clothing that do random inspections at little corner shops and spaza shops and whatever else to see if the guys are selling illicit cigarettes. I don't know if there's any merit to those rumors. Some rain last night, and by the looks of it, I think we're going to get some rain again today. I see a few drops on the windshield, and in the distance there it looks like the clouds are building. Let's drive up here for a change. Let's go up this way, see what's up this way. I still haven't seen any of the military or the South African National Defence Force doing patrols in Tzaneen. I know that they were in Burgers Fort because there was a problem there, but they are based at Ben Forster High School. So they're not staying in the hostel rooms, they are staying in the school hall, and they're using 2 classrooms and the school's auditorium. But even though they're based there, I haven't seen them actually doing patrols in Tzaneen itself. So that's something that I would need to follow up. Excuse me, a little bit of a yawn. Where we're driving past now is the Tzaneen Police Cluster Command Center. I see they're washing cars. Earlier today, as I was driving around, an unmarked Fortuner, a golden Toyota Fortuner, an unmarked one, came driving past me, and as it passed me, I noticed the barrel of an R5 rifle sticking up. So I noticed it through the window, and then I decided to follow them. And as I drove past them, I saw that inside this Toyota Fortuner there were 3 soldiers sitting on the back seat in full combat gear, and I don't know if they were protecting maybe another minister who was here to come and speak to his fan base. I don't know if they were protecting, maybe they were transporting a diplomat. I don't know. But other than that, I haven't seen any soldiers doing any patrols really. This over here is the parking lot of Smith & Key Brokers. It's quite eerie to see it this vacant as well. Very quiet, and it's not usually this quiet. A lot of people are employed here, and next to it we have the school, this little creche, and it really does, it's got a weird feeling. You're driving around here and you don't hear the children, you don't see them. All the people that you normally drive past, especially in our small community, you don't see them. The gym, you've got the gym here on the left, dead quiet, and that's also very eerie because Tzaneen's got quite an active fitness community, I must say. I also go to gym every day between 4 and 5. My wife goes to gym as well. But now it's dead quiet. The school, I feel very sorry for our kids. Can you imagine, especially the little ones, right? So is there going to be... This is quite interesting. Let's talk about this for a second, right? We've got another 15 minutes left of the show. But let's talk about this. Let's have your thoughts on this, right? And somebody please remind me to reveal the identities of Vlieg and Obal by the end of the show, because I don't think you guys are going to guess it. But let's talk about the fact that most of us have small children that are in school. There are some of us that have, or some of you guys that have high school going kids. But now, do you think that we would get to a point where we as parents are going to be forced to make the call as to whether or not we are going to have our children repeat the year? This is the foundation phase we're talking about. We're talking about grade 1, we're talking about grade 2, even up to grade 4, I would say. So are we going to be forced to make the call and let our young children repeat their year? What about the matrics, the grade 12s? Can you imagine if this thing is extended for 2 more weeks? These poor kids, they now need to get ready to finish their high school career, their school careers. You've got forward planning to do. What university are you going to go to? What college are you going to go to? Now, what happens if you've already enrolled them in a university for next year, and perhaps now they need to redo their school year? So I don't know. I think the real damage is not the virus. I don't think so. I think the real damage is the economy. So I know that the teachers have been sending us stuff that we need to get our kids to do, but I have small kids. They don't understand that this isn't a school holiday. No. They don't understand that. I'm going to drive up there, guys, to that amazing roadblock. And check out the roadblock. Well, look here, guys, it's dead quiet. Center of town. Nothing much happening here. The street lights have just come on. So, guys, I'm also busy with quite a cool experiment. And, well, not an experiment really, it's a research project. What I'm trying to do is I want to identify all of the vacant buildings in Tzaneen town that since I've been here, I've been to four fires, commercial fires, commercial buildings have been gutted. Here's one. This is the old Star Spares building. That they've demolished after the fire completely destroyed it, and they're rebuilding it. But these guys, the Carotto family, they are actually doing something about it, right? So the moment that the insurance and everything was done and the investigations were finished, they immediately started, let's clean the place, let's start this, get the architects in, let's rebuild this thing. And this is what they're doing, right? Okay, now the coronavirus has come around, so it kind of messes around with your planning a bit, but point is they've done something about it. Two of the other buildings that I was at when they were burning in town now stand there like these blackened skeletons, and that's what they are. They're just standing there, vacant, hazardous, and nothing's been done about it. So I want to find all of these buildings in Tzaneen town, and I want to record and note them. Then I want to find out who they belong to, and I want to find out why they were damaged or destroyed, and when they were damaged and destroyed, and why they have been left standing there the way that they have. And then perhaps we can do something about it. I don't know. So we are now driving past the Fairview Hotel. Every time I drive past one of our lodges or our hotels, our area, we've got a number of these hotels and lodges that are world quality. Standards or international standards, and I feel very sorry for them because they are probably going to either struggle to recover from this major knock because they haven't been able to do any business since the lockdown started, or those who suffered significant financial loss will probably not be able to keep the doors open, and that to me is very sad. Right, so here we have the roadblock that comes in and out of Tzaneen on the R71. If you go in and out between Palabora, Letsitele and Tzaneen, There are no traffic cones. There's no warnings. There's 3 traffic officers standing there. I've yet to see them stop a taxi. So the roadblocks, at least in our area, don't mean much. Marius, ek het nog nie gekyk nie. Nee. I've received some videos from people all around, which I will be posting tonight. And also we've got a video that will also go up tonight of the drone footage. The very first time that the GTM took their drone out to fly around the rural areas and the townships, they actually spotted from the air. They spotted an illegal shebeen, and the police were called in, and they raided and closed the place down. That video I will also post tonight. We're going to go through this roadblock again. There go the taxis. Taxis are driving right through the roadblock. They've stopped one bucky there, asked the guy for a permit. That's it. Yeah, look at the clouds, guys. There's some big weather building up, and our rain actually comes from that side. David's Kloof side, Majaji's Kloof side. So I think we can expect some more rain tonight, hopefully. Spur is also closed. Now look at this now, okay? I'm going to... There's a woman loading hitchhikers into her vehicle. So I wonder if that vehicle is going to be searched, and if those pedestrians are going to be asked, those hitchhikers are going to be asked to exit the vehicle. Now the other question, the other half of that question is, when those pedestrians or those hitchhikers are asked to exit the vehicle because it's overloaded and we're in a state of emergency, what happens to the passengers? Are they left stranded, or does the traffic officer who asked them to exit the vehicle then get a taxi to pick him up? The reason I ask this is because this spot here is a very well-known spot for hitchhikers. It's also the spot where the taxis have now started during normal times, right, when it's not this lockdown. What the taxi drivers do is they stop their vehicles there, and then they intimidate motorists who dare stop and pick up the hitchhikers, because they say that the motorists are stealing money from them. Because now obviously you're getting a lift for free. You don't need to pay the taxi driver your 20 or your 30 or your 50 bucks. Now why do I see smoke? Can you guys see the smoke coming from the front there? What the hell is going on there? Let's go and see. This is the reason why I took this turn in here, by the way. Let's see. So here we have Avis Park Lodge. It's also empty. Let's see what's burning. Do you think it's the felt burning? Can you guys see that? I see a microlight in the distance there. I assume that it is a friend of mine. I'm not going to remember his name now. You guys see the smoke here on the left hand side? I'm going to turn the camera to the left. Where is this coming? It's coming from a guy's house. Interesting. Let's see if we can see from this side. That's definitely not a Brightflash fire. See, I can't see from this side. It's a guy burning his garbage. Well, I suppose what can you do, right? You're in lockdown, you can't drive it to the rubbish dump. Would be a great time to fix the potholes now, wouldn't it? Considering that there's no traffic, especially not in these neighborhoods. Dead quiet here. There's some lovely homes here. And then there's some gigantic places. Like this one. Somewhere around here is the... Yeah, it is around here somewhere. I must just get my bearings. Somewhere around here there is the very first... I think it's the 5G tower, actually, that they're erecting here. No, I'm not just saying that to get all the conspiracy theorists up in arms. Where exactly? I know it's in this area somewhere. It's Tzaneen's very first 5G tower, and it's being erected by, if I'm not mistaken, Huawei. Anyway, I'll remember where, and then I'll take you guys for a drive there. Just go up this way. So tomorrow I'll make a turn up by Jetty 3 again. I don't want to take a chance with this Nissan Micra. Like I said, it's very, very low to the ground. And it looks like a spaceship. It also feels like one. It also accelerates like one. Alright, do you guys want to go around Sugar Hill? We're going to end off the show Sugar Hill side. I wanted to give you another really nice sunset, and bid you a good evening with a beautiful sunset. We've been very lucky. The last few shows we've had extraordinary sunsets, but alas, not today. We are driving past Jetty 3 now. The gates are locked. Hey, they fixed the gate. Ha! Wait, we got to see that. I'm going to do a turn around. They fixed the gate after bitching about it. How many times, guys? How many times have I bitched about the gate? And now they fixed it. And people say the media doesn't have a purpose. Huh? How many times have I bitched about this gate? And look at this. Just look at this. What a beautiful gate. They've got a beautiful new gate to Jetty 3. This is a victory. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Huh? Ja, Joe, jy moan net die hele tyd. Hou 'n bietjie moan. Bietjie doen bietjie iets konstruktiefs. Well, how's that? All my moaning paid off. Look at that. We have a beautiful new gate to Jetty 3. Ja, Joe, jou drippende kraan. Hou op moan, man. Well, listen, guys, if Joe wasn't moaning, stuff like this wouldn't be happening. This is the power of the media. And not any media. I am your voice. This is the power of your voice, people. Look at that. We've got a brand new gate. It may seem insignificant, but I promise you it's not. Wow. I want to show you what I'm seeing now. Wow, 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 wow. I'm going to turn in here. This is spectacular. I need you guys to see this. And I hope that you can see it. Let me just unplug this camera quickly. I need you guys to see this. Look. Oh man. Let's see if maybe it's better with the window up. Oh, you can't see it. I was hoping to give you a really nice sunset, but look at that. Look there. Wait, let me just try and get this. Look there. Can you see what I'm trying to show you? You know, these cameras are amazing, but they're very limited. Sorry, I don't mean to punt the vehicle that I'm driving at all. I'm just trying to adjust my bracket for my, to fix my phone in here. I'm not punting the amazing Nissan Micra that was sponsored to me by BB Motor Group Tzaneen. Guys, I feel I'm in such a good mood now. Like we won. Not me. All of us. Remember the bulletin, including me. I might just be the loudmouth, okay? But when the bulletin, when we speak to government, guys, we're doing it on your behalf. No, Carol. I didn't ask. I just said what the community needed. This is very good. Thank you, Tapelo Matlala, our municipal manager. Yes, exactly, Dave, exactly. Isn't that good? Isn't it a good feeling, though? Anyway, folks, it's been a pleasure. It's been a fantastic afternoon drive, a little bit more laid back. Thank you for joining me in this amazing Nissan Micra. Thank you for putting up with all the banter and getting involved in the discussions. Remember to like and follow this page if you haven't already. I think, judging by the fact that we're getting so many views, I mean 1.8 million is a lot. It just shows that we're doing something right, and we appreciate your support. Okay, so I almost forgot. You see, Nita, let me just pull over so that I can tell you what you need to know and what you wanted to hear. Just find a nice safe place to pull over quickly. Yes, this road is really bad, eh? And you only feel it when you're driving in a vehicle that has like a ground clearance of 8 centimeters. I'm going to find a place to pull over here, and then I will reveal. I will reveal all. But this seems like a nice and quiet place. So I just want to stretch my legs. Okay, so you guys asked. Well, I did tell you. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust my camera. I don't mean to show you, to show off this amazing vehicle at all. The new Nissan Micra. I'm actually trying to get the camera to focus on me, and I don't seem to be getting that right. Sorry. Just get back in here. Maybe you guys can help me to just get into reverse gear, you know, so that I can get a bird's eye view of my surroundings and not crash into anything. Let me just reverse a bit. Okay, sorry. Oh, I finally found the button to switch the camera to the front facing one so I can speak to you. It's that one. Hey, how are you, Tzaneen? Okay, so vlieg is, as Nita Manky said, vlieg is, well, was. Vlieg doesn't really exist. Remember, vlieg was a made-up character. Vlieg was Dr. Ich van Rensburg. And Obal was Dr. Henry Berger. That's right. So there you have it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for having this spending this afternoon with Joe. May all of you have a fantastic evening. Be sure to like this page, and yeah, see you guys again bright and early tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, and we'll take another drive. We'll go check out the jetty with its new gate, and yeah, ciao.